I was lying on a hospital gurney when I realized my appendix was moments from bursting. When my phone buzzed, I expected my mother to say she was on her way. Instead, I read 6 words that would cost my family $400,000. Don't be dramatic. Jessica needs us. My name is Elena Vance. I'm 32 years old, a lead software architect for a major tech firm in Austin, Texas, and a single mother to twin boys. For the last decade, I was also the invisible bank account funding my parents' lifestyle. But 2 months ago, staring at the sterile white ceiling of an emergency room, I made a decision that wouldn't just change my life, it would burn theirs to the ground. And the match? It was a simple Excel spreadsheet. To understand why I did it, you have to understand the Vance family dynamic. In my house, love was a currency, and the exchange rate was rigged. My younger sister, Jessica, was the golden child. She was an aspiring influencer, an aspiring model, an aspiring everything. She had the charisma, the looks, and the absolute inability to hold a job for more than 3 months. I was the practical one, the one who was good at math, the one who didn't need to be worried about because Elena can handle it. When I got into a top engineering school on a full scholarship, my dad patted my shoulder and said, "Good, that saves us money for Jessica's portfolio." That was the pattern. I worked, Jessica dreamed. I paid, Jessica played. It started subtly. 8 years ago, right after I landed my first 6-figure job, my dad called. He sounded desperate. The recession had hit his construction business. They were 3 months behind the mortgage. He swore it was a loan. I wired $3,200 that afternoon. They never paid it back. In fact, the next month, it was the health insurance, then the car lease, then Jessica's networking trip to LA. Fast forward to 8 weeks ago. It was a Tuesday. I had just picked up my 2-year-old twins, Noah and Liam, from daycare. I felt a sharp, stabbing pain in my side. I tried to ignore it. I'm used to ignoring my own needs. But within an hour, I was doubled over on the kitchen floor, sweating bullets. I knew what it was, appendicitis. I managed to call an Uber to the ER, dragging my terrified kids with me. The triage nurse took one look at me and rushed me back. They told me I needed surgery immediately. I was alone. The kids were crying in the waiting room with a nurse. My hands were shaking as I dialed my parents. They lived 20 minutes away. "Mom," I gasped when she picked up, "I'm at St. Jude's. Emergency surgery. I need you to come get the boys." There was a pause. Then I heard music in the background, loud, thumping bass. "Oh, Elena," she sighed, annoyed. "Right now, we're at the soft launch for Jessica's new skincare line. It's a huge night for her. There are investors here." "Mom, I'm going under anesthesia in 20 minutes. My appendix is about to rupture." "Look," she snapped, "call a nanny, or your friend Sarah. We can't just leave, it would look unprofessional. Stop being so dramatic. You're always trying to steal Jessica's thunder." Then she hung up and sent that text. I didn't cry. The pain in my abdomen was nothing compared to the cold clarity that washed over me. I called a premium emergency nanny service. It cost me $1,500 for the night. They were there in 15 minutes. I kissed my boys, handed them to a stranger, and was wheeled into the OR. I woke up 4 hours later, alive, sore, and completely empty of any love for the people who raised me. My phone had 0 missed calls from my family, just an Instagram notification. My mother had posted a photo of her and Jessica holding champagne flutes. Caption, "Supporting my baby girl. #ProudMom. #family first." Family first. Lying in that hospital bed, I opened my banking app. I navigated to recurring transfers. Mortgage assistance, $2,800. Parents' insurance, $600. Emergency fund, $500. I didn't feel angry. I felt like a CEO realizing she had a non-performing asset. I clicked cancel, then cancel, then cancel. Every single automatic payment, gone. 2 days later, I was home. The doorbell rang. It wasn't my parents. It was my grandmother, Rose, my father's mother. Grandma Rose is 78, wears Chanel suits, and terrifies everyone in the family. She sat at my kitchen table, looking at me with sharp blue eyes. "I heard," she said, "from your cousin. She saw your parents posting selfies while you were being cut open." "I cut them off, Grandma," I said quietly. "Financially, completely." She didn't gasp. She didn't scold me. She smiled, a slow, dangerous smile. "It's about damn time, Elena. But if you just cut them off, they will spin the narrative. They will tell everyone you abandoned them. They will make you the villain." She pulled a cream-colored envelope from her purse. "Next Saturday is my parents', your great-grandparents', estate anniversary dinner. The whole extended family will be there. Your parents are expecting me to announce the new trust fund distribution." She leaned in. "Bring your laptop. Bring your receipts. Let's clear the air." The dinner was held at a private country club. Crystal chandeliers, heavy silverware, and about 50 relatives. My parents were there, looking expensive. My dad was wearing a watch I bought him for Christmas. Jessica was wearing a dress I paid for last summer. When I walked in, my mother rushed over, playing the concerned matriarch for the audience. "Elena, oh my God, you look so pale. We were so worried when we didn't hear from you." She tried to hug me. I sidestepped. "Worried?" I asked, loud enough for the nearby tables to hear. "Worried enough to leave a party?" She laughed nervously. "Oh, honey, don't start this here." Dinner was served. My father stood up to give a toast about family values and sacrifice. The irony was so thick I could taste it. Then Grandma Rose stood up. "Before we get to dessert," she announced, her voice cutting through the room, "Elena has prepared a small presentation. Since Richard and Linda are always talking about how proud they are of their investments, we thought we'd look at the numbers." My parents looked confused but smiled. They thought I was going to show pictures of the twins. I connected my laptop to the room's projector. The first slide wasn't a baby picture. It was a graph, titled, "The Vance Family Subsidy from 2018 to 2026. For the last 8 years, I have been the sole financier of Mom and Dad's lifestyle. I thought I was helping family, but 2 weeks ago, when I needed help during a life-threatening emergency, I was told I was being dramatic." I clicked the remote. Slide 2, a screenshot of the text message. "Don't be dramatic. Jessica needs us." Gasps rippled through the room. "So," I continued, "I decided to audit my investment." Slide 3, a spreadsheet. Mortgage payments, 8 years, $268,000. Jessica's acting classes and rent, $82,000. Parents' credit card payoffs, $45,000. Vacations gifted, $28,000. Total, $423,000. "This is nearly $500,000, I said, looking directly at my father. "Money I took from my own children's future to support 2 able-bodied adults and a sister who refuses to work." My mother was hyperventilating. Jessica was staring at the table. My father turned purple. "This is private," he shouted. "How dare you?" "You made it public when you left me to bleed out alone so you could network. As of 2 weeks ago, the Bank of Elena is closed. The mortgage is in your name, Dad. I hope you saved some of that money for next month's payment, because I didn't." I disconnected the laptop and walked out. I didn't stay for the screaming. I didn't stay for the excuses. Grandma Rose told me later that the silence after I left was deafening. Then the questions started. Cousins asking why they borrowed money from them if I was giving them thousands. Aunts asking why Jessica didn't have a job. The facade of the perfect Vance family didn't just crack, it shattered. The aftermath was swift. Without my payments, my parents missed their mortgage 3 months in a row. They put the house on the market last week. They're downsizing to a condo. Jessica had to move back in with them because I stopped paying the rent on her studio. She's currently working as a hostess at a restaurant. It's her first real job. They call me, they text me, they leave crying voicemails about how family forgives. But I haven't answered, not once. I learned a valuable lesson in that hospital bed. Self-respect isn't free. Sometimes the cost is losing people you thought you needed, but the return on investment, it's peace. If you are the person carrying the weight for everyone else, stop. Put it down. Look at who helps you when your hands are empty. Those are your people. The rest, they're just overhead expenses, and it's time to cut costs. If this story resonated with you, if you've ever felt like the ATM for toxic people, hit that like button. It helps more than you know. And subscribe for more stories about taking your power back. I'm Elena, and I'm finally debt-free.